everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some Christmas books from my childhood that I think of when I think about Christmas time. Nostalgia, happiness, all of those feelings. So let's get into it. These aren't necessarily biblical fiction recommendations or even Christian fiction recommendations. They're just mostly picture books and things from my childhood that when I think about Christmas, I have to have these out. So one of my favorite memories as a kid was around Christmas time, this basket would appear in our house, and this basket always included Christmas books or Christmas stories, and these were like picture books or pop-up books and different kinds of things, and I would get to have those out all Christmas season because if there was one thing I was raised to love, it was most definitely reading. My mom loved to read to me as a kid. I therefore also loved to read. To this day, I still keep out a full basket of Christmas stories every time the holidays roll along. The first one is The Night Before Christmas, a carousel book. And if you'll notice, it has these two little ribbons on either side because if you open it up, you can actually tie those two ribbons together and it makes this really cool pop-up carousel that spins around with pop-up illustrations. And what kid doesn't love a good pop-up book? Am I right? If you were looking at it from the top down, it would look like that, but that's what it looks like from side to side. And you just read it by spinning it around. And I loved these kinds of things when I was younger. And when you're done, you just tie it back up and it's a little book again. The next book on this list is not really a storybook or the kind of book that you read, but it's like the quintessential. When I think about Christmas, I think about this book because I spent so much time staring at the illustrations when I was little, because it is a look and find book for Find Santa Claus. One of those books that has like the really detailed drawings and then you're looking for these things on the side and you just have to like search and search and search and search until you find them all. So I definitely loved the look and find Santa Claus book. One of the hardest pages was this one that was all red and white because it's the candy cane factory, duh. But then I don't know why, my favorite was always the picture of the mall at Christmas time, which I guess just shows what kind of a kid I was. Has there ever really been a Christmas without How the Grinch Stole Christmas? I love this book, and I love the old cartoon too, and the song. I loved the song. We used to drive around in this minivan at Christmas time because we owned a minivan, and I remember there was like a CD or something that had the Grinch song on it, and I loved listening to that track. It was so much fun. But there's just, you know, something special about the story of the Grinch whose heart was 3 sizes too small. I don't know. What puts you in the holiday spirit? Because for me, it's this strange, angry-looking green man. This one is The First Christmas According to Luke, and this is another one that I really liked as a kid because I liked looking at the illustrations, and clearly I still do. Look at how vivid and colorful these pictures are. Like, oh, I love it. It just draws me into the story so much. I love these kinds of things as a kid. And I had an illustrated children's Bible too that I especially loved for the same reason, because I just liked staring at the pictures. And this one is probably the one that always goes on the top of the basket just because I like to look at it. So again, The First Christmas According to Luke. I forgot, well, I didn't forget about this one because how could I forget? But I forgot about this one. It's The Legend of the Candy Cane. This is the Legend of the Candy Cane that I grew up with, and this like illustration and colors and style. And I had this one, and I also had The Legend of the Easter Egg, I think it was called. I loved these stories. They were so cute. And I think this one had like an animated movie or something too that they also made to like, I don't know why they made it. Really cute story, and it's so good. And it's got like the candy cane in it. It's this candy man, Mr. Sonneman, or however you say his name. And he makes candy, but the candy tells a story. Like the peppermint tells the story of Jesus. And it's just really cool, because see, there's the candy guy. And there's the story of Jesus. I love this book. Okay, confession time. These last two books are not books from my childhood, but they are books that I added to the Christmas book basket collection as an adult. And the first one is A Charlie Brown Christmas, but it's the pop-up edition because remember that carousel book that I showed you earlier? It just pop-up carousel book, pop-up carousel book. What is more fun to look at when you're a child? I'm convinced nothing. You open it up and the story pops up. I'm so easily amused. But I just, honestly, how can you have Christmas without having Linus making his speech about the true meaning of Christmas? You know what I'm saying? I love pop-up books. I was also that kid in school who used to make pop-up cards. Like every time we were in school and like we had nothing to do all day but color, I would always like grab the tape and the child scissors and make pop-up like greeting cards for my mom. And the next one is It's a Wonderful Life. This one I think my mom and I, or maybe just my mom, found last year. I don't really remember exactly, but it is exactly what it sounds. It's a Wonderful Life, but illustrated like a children's book. And I don't know about you, but It's a Wonderful Life is probably one of, if not my most favorite Christmas movies. I quote it all the time. We were literally just at Hobby Lobby yesterday buying a surplus of Christmas decorations, and they had bells out, and my mom and I were like, bells! Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings! So, as much as the movie is a favorite, therefore this book also is a favorite. And last, but certainly not least, Molly was dead to begin with. There was no doubt whatever about that. And that is, of course, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I love A Christmas Carol. It's probably one of my favorite just like stories that gets retold a lot. I love different versions of the Christmas Carol, the Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol, the musical A Christmas Carol. If there's a movie and it's like got A Christmas Carol in it somehow, that is going on my watch list because I love A Christmas Carol and The Ghost of Christmas Past and The Ghost of Christmas Present and The Ghost of Christmas Future. I just love it all. And I love Tiny Tim. So all of that to say, these are the books that I associate with Christmas, some of my favorite Christmas book recommendations and Christmas children's books and things like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you're enjoying this little mini series of Christmas themed videos that I am producing as a part of the Christmas holiday season of 2023. Thank you again so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more book recommendations and writing videos and faith content and all of those kinds of things. My name is Jenna Van Mourik. I will see you in the next video, and God bless us, everyone.